why His Excellency decided to be in friendship here today, so that we can listen to your concerns, listen to issues, but not only issues, but if you have opinions, suggestions, ideas as to how we can work better together to uplift the lives of the people within the community here, let us ensure that we voice those opinions and suggestions as well. Now, we would have seen the transformation taking place on the East Bank corridor. The East Bank corridor has become more of a commercial hub in our country today. Today, the property of your value has escalated tremendously. It is mainly because of the development taking place on the East Bank corridor. We already know that the Heroes Highway will be continuing. It's already started, as a matter of fact. The contract for this main road has already been signed to be upgraded all the way to the airport. So there are major developmental works built for the East Bank, even though we have seen and experienced so much progress over the short period of time. So today the President is here. Let us, in a cordial, respectful manner, raise our concerns, our issues. There are a number of officers here with the President as well, ministers too, and we will try our best to document and assist you. So thank you for coming out. Thank you very much for coming out. Thank you for supporting our President, our party, our government. And you know that 2025 is an important year for our country. It is the year when we decide whether we want the progress to continue. So when you're called upon to ensure that progress continue, we expect you to fully support us and support our President, who has been working tirelessly to ensure that every single Guyanese benefit from the development taking place in our country. And that is a personal commitment of his government, that we work with every community, whether it's Friendship, whether it's Borbies, whether it's Lethem, whether it's Linden, that no Guyanese, no community should be left behind. So once again, thank you very much for coming out and your support.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. President, for allowing me to give just a few remarks about what is going on with this leg of our country. As you know, if you were to check on any given day, you will find more than 20,000 trucks passing here on any given day. That is why, and because of that, that is why our government has decided to award a 75 million US contract. Now, I just wanted to bring a little update to you. So you will see works happening from Supply to Soosdijk, the junction there. That's the first leg of the implementation of that road. From the piece from Good Success going back to Diamond has already been awarded, consultation has already been done, and construction has already been commenced in there. Right? A number of contractors will be on that leg. From Soosdijk to Timeri, the works also will commence there shortly after. But the entire alignment to deal with the widening of the road, to make sure they have a good driving surface and a good parapet for folks to walk and so, it's been implemented. It's not a gap. It's not a promise. It is a contract that are already being implemented. Now, apart from that, in the communities from, let's say, Eccles coming back straight up to the Soosdijk Millfoot, all of the communities, this side of the river, the road, and that side of the road, the west and east side of the road, community roads are being constructed. We have engaged 337 contractors, and we have given out 337 road contracts so that people in the community can build their own community. To the tune of $6.2 billion between CD fences and road contracts. That's public works alone. That is public works alone. Imagine what housing and the rest of the other ministries are doing. That is the amount of investment that our government is putting into your communities, and more so into the hands of the people that are living in the communities to build out their own infrastructure. There's a good feeling that when a person in the community builds a road and they see the neighbor and their children riding bicycle on it, it's a good feeling to a person to have that kind of sense of patriotism that I did this, I built this, and it's going to last 10, 20, 30 years. That is what the president is about. The president is about going right to the ground, holding hands, making sure that people are lifted up, in the prosperity of Guyana. And that is what this president represents, and that is why we are all proud to be part of this government, and we are here only to serve, nothing else. We are your servants. That is why they call me public servants. We are here to serve. So the Ministry of Public Works is here to support His Excellency in whatever he commits today. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. His Excellency, my colleagues, and all of the public servants who are here this afternoon to support us. I'm very pleased to be on the East Bank corridor this week with His Excellency. You would have seen last week, we did a number of visits on the East Coast, similar meetings like this in communities. We did about 8 meetings, going into different communities, meeting the people on the ground. I'm getting feedback about many of the community issues that are faced by the residents in these different communities. We had a very successful outreach, and this week our focus is on the East Bank of Demerara. And the East Bank is a very busy place. As we can tell from where we are standing right now, there's a lot of activity on the East Bank. Through the Ministry of Housing, we have expanded our housing program. In the first 2 years since we came back into government, we allocated close to 10,000 house lots on the East Bank corridor alone. You would have known that we built the Heroes Highway during that time from Mandela to Eccles, then we did to Diamond, and now we are on our way to Land of Canaan. From Bosby Dam now to Land of Canaan. So we have expanded the housing program on the East Bank of Demerara. We are working in several communities as well through the Community Development Department to regularize areas that had started informally where you have people squatting. And so our work there continues because President gave us a special assignment, Operation Cleanup, to ensure that all of those areas where we have people living, and they've been living there for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, that we can regularize those areas to give people their transport or their title. And this is all part of the housing program as well, to ensure that people have empowerment. And that is at the heart of the housing program, to give people financial freedom, to give you an asset, to give you something that you can take to the bank so you can unlock financing, so you can build a home, improve a home that you may already have, or that you can cash in on the value that was created on your property due to all of these infrastructure work that is going on. Whether it's a new highway or new roads that are upgraded in your communities, all of these things add value to your property. And this is at the heart and soul of what we do at the Ministry of Housing, to ensure that people can capitalize on that value and that you understand how to use that value that is created there. Similarly, in the water sector as well, you would have seen President commission the new water treatment plant at Caledonia. We did that just on Sunday, and that is the first of 7 new treatment plants that we have built, and that is almost close to completion. We're in the testing phase of many of the other plants right now, and as soon as we complete that by the end of this month, we should bring those into operation. And we have some other transmission lines that are being laid right now in this community here to bring access to this community from that same water treatment plant at Caledonia. So this community will be benefiting shortly from treated water from the new water treatment plant that was just commissioned by His Excellency. So that's another further development in your area that you can look forward to very, very soon. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you want to hear from the President, and of course, you will have your opportunity as well to raise community issues with His Excellency here. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much.
we're here today with His Excellency the President to tell you about some of the sectoral developments taking place. As Minister Rodriguez said just now, yesterday was a very significant, symbolic day for the East Bank, in that we commissioned the large water treatment plant at Caledonia. And soon, already I've just come from the back of Friendship, which is an area that was only getting a very low level of service. I stopped there and I've seen the pressure improving already, the pressure of water improving. So what you will see along the entire East Bank corridor, from Eccles all the way to Suze Dyke and further to Timeri, you'll see tremendous improvements in water quality and level of service over the next 2 to 3 months. Already, transmission mains are coming through here, large 16-inch transmission mains which will facilitate the flow of this water up to New Hope, so that you will enjoy quality water. You know, right now you're getting water with a high iron content, which comes from the aquifer. And therefore these plants are designed to give you clear, clean water so that your livelihoods can improve. So when the ladies go to the washrooms, when they go to the laundry rooms, they will see clear, clean water. So the clothing will not become red or brown. So all of these are developments undertaken by the government and for the water sector, the housing sector, and all over. So it's just a matter of a little more time. We have 7 plants across the coastal belt. Within the next 3 months will be commissioned. And then we have 18 small plants, water treatment plants also for the villages that are not covered by these 7 plants. And above that, we have upgraded 12 treatment plants. Grove on East Bank will soon be commissioned, we're hoping in another month's time. A huge development there, and you have at Covent Garden, same thing, and at Eccles. So all in all, the people of this country will benefit from better services from this PPP government. Thank you very much.
Of Garden of Eden, and it's good to be here with you on this outreach by our president and other cabinet colleagues. And indeed, my colleagues have outlined many of what our government is about and what we stand for. And indeed, you residents of this community, like all the residents across this country and the East Bank corridor, I'm sure share the conviction that the People's Progressive Party civic government is the government for the people of Guyana. We are a government that understand first and foremost, of course, we operate with a vision. His Excellency, the President, outlined and the party its vision for where our country needs to go and what are the things that we need most. Understand the issues of our people and all of the various matters that would affect you, whether it be around schools, whether it be around hospitals, drainage within your communities, all of those issues we have an idea and an understanding of because we are one of the most interactive. In fact, there is no government in this region, in the Caribbean, that is as interactive, as engaging, as fruitful in terms of reaching people one-on-one as the People's Progressive Party civic government. And that is something that you, the people of this country, made possible. You made it possible by your very demonstration of your choice of who you would like to be government. And the struggle that you wage with us to make sure that the government you choose is the government that is in place today. And therefore, it is all about a success story, but not without struggles. And we have altogether something to celebrate as a government and as a people, because the people of this country are the beneficiaries of all the things that we have done and the investments we made in your communities, in your individual lives, building disposable incomes, ensuring that your family wealth and asset become more than it was. And every single person across this country can measure day in and out what they have achieved over the last 4 years. Indeed, it is not a journey yet completed. We have a lot more to achieve as a people, and we are on a good pathway to the success and the development and the journey to prosperity. And when something is going good for you, what do? Support it, endorse it, ensure that it remains in place, ensure that it is with you to carry you through and to bring you through the end and to the destination point. And so we are the government that will always be there listening to every single complaint, idea, suggestion, and sometimes you may repeat some of the things that you had raised before. But trust me, there is no government in the history of this country that is dealing with the volume of transactions, people's transaction, as this Dr. Irfaan Ali's government. And that in itself shows that your country is certainly on the road to successes as we as government support you in all of your endeavors. So we're looking forward to all of you working with us in partnership, because government cannot operate by itself. It works with people, and it's by your involvement, your participation, your understanding of what we want for you and what you want for yourself, that we work together to be able to first deliver and to ensure that your lives become better. So we'll continually ask you for your support at the community level, at the national level. Many of you are in the public sector, in the agriculture sector, in other sectors. And we want you to continue your contribution to the development of your community and the country altogether. And you will see us, but you will also see others. You'll see the con artists start to surface again and so forth. But we are there to support every single citizen across this country, and your government, the Dr. Mohammed Irfaan Ali government, will remain that government that delivers for you and all the people of Guyana. Thank you.
Good afternoon, members of the community. Today is just another day in the life of our government. Over the last 4 years, we've been engaging communities, engaging citizens, and engaging people on the priorities within your communities, because we believe in building in conjunction with the people, and we have been addressing many issues across the country. You know, we have been addressing health, education, women, children issues in this locality alone within this NDC. If you look at the grants and the Because We Care grant and the uniform grant that our children would have received in this NDC alone, is more than $200 million in the last 4 years. So we have been investing in people, investing in community, but important in that investment is how do we improve productivity? If you're doing agriculture, how do we ensure that we invest in a drainage and irrigation system that will allow you to get not only access to your land, but to allow you to increase productivity? That will give you better security when you have excessive rainfall. That will give you good irrigation. That would give you good drainage. These are important things for us. So as we continue this story of building our country, putting infrastructure in, creating wealth, building prosperity, working towards the development of communities and families and individuals, we know that there will be issues and challenges that you want to raise also. So in this year, 2025, I've asked the Minister of Finance to focus heavily on community investment. So let us, in this year, focus on further strengthening communities, empowering communities, giving communities more resources, making more resources available at a community level so that we can fix those little issues. For example, in our outreaches in the last 6 to 8 weeks, there are some common challenges that communities would have raised with us. Community security, which include community lighting, outposts, things like this. So security in terms of lighting, community outposts, recreational facilities, those are some of the main issues. Sanitation, issues that are emerging. And that is how development is. Whilst 3 years ago, your issue was the roads in the community, some communities now the issue is the sidewalk. The issue is no longer anything to do with roads. It's about speeding, vehicles speeding in the community. It's about the speed bumps in the community. But that is how development is. The challenge changed, the opportunity changed, and the priorities in the community also changes. So as the development pace is so incredible, it is important that we continuously listen for the feedback and listen to the new areas that may be affecting people in the community. And that is why we're here today. We are here as part of this continuous program every single year to see in 2025 what are those challenges within your community and your locality that you may want us to address. And that is the primary purpose of today's meeting. So I'm not here to give a long speech or to take up the time. I'm here on a listening mission. And after listening to you, to see the areas that we may be able to intervene in. We also have, for example, GWI, we have GPL, we have DNI, all of these persons, Lanson Survey with us. And their task is also to support us in resolving some of these issues. Now, some of you may have personal issues too, and that is important for us as we go forward. How are we going to build greater efficiency in the delivery of government services? How are we going to improve the quality of government service? That is where we are now positioning the government in a way in which we can improve government efficiency and bring greater quality to the delivery of government service. So today is all about you, but all those who have personal issues, because we will deal with a community issue in the open here. But the personal issues, we want you to go to this team. You see their hands? They'll put their hands up at the back there. They will take down your personal issues, and they will be following up on all your personal issues. But here, you'll raise the community issues. Are we together? Well, then the floor is open. You just come forward by the gentleman and raise the issue. Anybody? Community issues.
Good afternoon, everybody. Now, I think this is the main issue for me. If you look at the GWI line coming in there, that was placed there since the first time we got water in this community. However, to date we have several communities. The population has also multiplied, and that is the same line that is supplying water here. Now, during the dry season the other day, the water pressure has been low for several occasions, and when the little drips of water came on, those companies started pumping water, so we were left without water for weeks sometimes. And it's only recently that the water pressure has returned a bit, and the water is not even reaching the sink level right now. So, for me,
okay, you are correct. This area was hard hit, but recently, from December, the water pressure has improved tremendously, and you're getting treated water now from the Caledonia. It's coming through an 8-inch main at this point, and that is why the pressure may not be that high. But you're getting treated water, not the water with the iron content. That's number one. Number two is that by next month, within 6 weeks, the transmission line, 16-inch transmission main, will be completed, passing through this area, which will raise your water pressure to first floor level. I give you that undertaking. First floor level. So bear with us just for a little longer. The plant was commissioned by His Excellency only on Sunday, and it's a functioning plant, good production, and good quality water. So just bear with us.
Good afternoon. He got a main drain, one over 10 house benefit from. He ain't got nobody could handle it. right? We've been at Freedom House, right to the minister, he lived just so. We've been at NDC, we've been at NDC local government, and the one you correct, nobody can handle. I just ask you if I can find somebody to handle it. And the second one, the big truck that running on the road, morning only wake you up, daytime dust the inside your house when you eat your food. And the third one, nice from big box from the over the other dam in late hour.
President Sawali, pleasure to meet you. As you can see, I'm wearing my royal logo here, representing Royal Chicken. Um, we have the main road here. There's a lot of businesses in here right now, a lot of heavy duty vehicles. And our concern is that the vehicles are traversing in and out. It's a bit congested, and we're asking if the road can be wider, a bit wider, and it has to recap and those. That's my concern. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I don't know to speak proper English, but yeah, I represent Sectoral. I do security. I just walk late, and sometimes I just walk in the day too. And you don't have no light in the road. Yes, light. And I'm glad to get the light because in the night when I'm walking there, rail snake, sometimes afraid bandit. That is one. Two, I don't mind have the concrete company or what, but we're glad for the strong road. It's real strong road. Because if you see the mud and the mess there when the road breaking up. So if you recap the road or what, then I go ahead. You got to make a good road one side. And